Hi everyone, and welcome back to Art with Mrs. S. Today we're going to be using our color wheels that we made with paint and just a square piece of paper to turn that into a snowflake. Now to do this, you do need a square piece of paper. It doesn't have to have all this color on it, but my color wheel, I wanted it to look kind of special. So I want to start folding up my square, and I'm just going to use the side that has the paint up first, and I'm going to fold it corner to corner in a giant triangle, or sometimes I hear it's called like a taco fold. And I'm going to fold it in half again. So I have a triangle. I'm going to keep it in that big triangle, but make it into a little bit of a smaller triangle. If I had thinner paper, I would make this skinny one more time. And if you want to do that, you may, but it's really, really hard to cut it then. So I'm going to leave it right there. So I folded it once and then once again. Now on this little triangle here, I'm going to draw a few things. You might want to use pencil. I'm going to use a Sharpie so you can see it really nice on this video. I'm going to draw some shapes on the edges of my triangle. Now I want to keep these shapes simple, so when I go to cut them out here in a few minutes, it's going to be really easy to cut those out. And one of those that's really easy, I'm going to draw right on the edge. One of those really easy shapes is another triangle. And when I cut that out, it's going to be really easy to do because I'm only going to have to cut in once and cut back out. Another really easy shape to do is a half circle or semicircle. Again, drawing on the edge of my paper. I'm not worried about this middle right now. I don't want to do anything in that middle part. I'm going to turn it. So I'm drawing on the edge again. And I'm going to actually use the end of my point of this triangle and draw almost like a semicircle, just a curved line. Again, simple, it connects to all the edges, and it's going to be really easy to cut out in a minute. Now, if I want to have some heart shapes, we have Valentine's Day coming up soon. To make a heart shape, it's almost like a mouse ear. So I'm just going to draw half of a heart, and it's going to start down, curve up, and down and around. My shapes are not touching, none of them are touching. They all connect to my edge, none are in the middle. I'm going to do another heart, and a heart's just a half of a heart. If it helps you can do your dot, curve up, around, and down. I'm going to do kind of a triangle shape here in the corner again. I'm going to start my other side, and I'm going to do a few more triangle shapes because they're really easy. Another kind of easy one, but a little more complicated if you go in, down, and out like a half of a square, not a full square, not a full rectangle, just a half of one. And I'm going to close this up. I'm going to do another half of a heart and maybe one more triangle shape in here. Now, leave this folded and keep it folded best you can when you go to cut these out. And now when I go to cut out all these pieces, and yours can be different than mine, I'm going to keep it closed, keep it folded. If I drew on the edge and not in the middle and kept my shape simple, it's going to be really easy to cut out those pieces. Try to keep them off the floor. If you did one of these half of rectangles or half of squares, I cut both sides and then I kind of turn my paper and kind of get my scissors in there and cut straight across. Keeping it folded, I have not unfolded anything. I drew all my lines on the edge. None of my shapes touched. My hearts, I'm gonna make sure that I dip up, I curve around. Notice I'm moving my paper with the cut, so it's not making it awkward or lumpy for my hand to hold. It also didn't tear anything. If you get a little off your lines when you're cutting, it's gonna be all right. We're gonna use this for the back side anyways. Carefully making my way around. I only have a few more shapes left. Look how nice and smooth and easy those cuts are. My last three shapes here, I have a couple semi or half of a heart. And it looks like a little bit of a triangle or a little square. I'm almost to the best part, which is when you get to unfold and check everything out. Try to resist unfolding until you have all your shapes cut out, because it can be really tricky to get it folded back up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and unfold this before I put any of those away. You can already see some of those heart shapes forming. And look at that. So once you're all done, you'll have your nice snowflake cut out and ready to go. I'll throw away all my extra pieces in the trash, and we'll glue this to a black square piece of paper before you leave today. Now the best way, if you do glue yours to a black piece of paper and it looks kind of like mine, you'll actually want to get some help putting your name with white too. And there we go. Thanks for joining me today. I can't wait to see all your awesome snowflakes.